Now, I know y'all saw the thumbnail. Now, before y'all go straight to the comment section, hear me out because Nissan, yeah, they do got some real popular cars, and there's some people that are like ride or die from it. There's some people that they just don't really give a damn about Nissan. What I realized after my recent review of the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder, I found out that there's few mixed feelings about this kind of vehicles. You know, a lot of people are like, I would never buy a Nissan again. It's crap, cheap. And there's other people like, oh, I swear by Nissan. How dare you talk mess about it? I can't believe they traded that in for a Stellantis product. I mean, facts are fact. I mean, if the vehicle got traded in for a Stellantis product, maybe you just don't understand the reason why that person wanted to trade in. But you know, there's some couple things that me personally that I don't like about Nissan as a whole. They're like one of them brands that like they'll put their coolest vehicles online. They'll be the ones that be the main breadwinner of the brand. They'll be the main vehicle that like sets the stage, that gets them popular, gets the customers in the door, and then they shock you with like with the rest of their line. They got like the Rogue, the Nissan Araya, the Kicks, Murano, Pathfinder, Armada. All these vehicles are like regular vehicles. You know that most people, unless you're like a Nissan fan, you probably never even really heard about these vehicles because there's not much marketing on it. And like a lot of people don't know what these vehicles ride like. You know, my experience from doing test drives and reviews for a lot of different brands, they're kind of like the Japanese version of Ford. Their best cars will be their most expensive, fastest cars. You know, the ones that are real popular, kind of like Ford, how they are with their Mustang and their trucks. Like for me, my experience, the Nissan Pathfinder, you start touching the door handle, like crickly crackly noises on the door, on the buttons and everything. Everything's loose and everything's moving around. Everything does not feel like it's like good quality. Like the attention to detail, like yeah, it comes with a whole bunch of technology in there, but like the way that it's put together, like the quality isn't right there. Like the quality isn't where it needs to be compared to other brands. That's why it's still gonna be like always gonna remain like a lower tier kind of brand, you know? I would consider Nissan to be kind of like right there with Ford. You know, they got the GTR, which is the dopest all-wheel drive affordable car. You know, compared to like saying like in like a Lamborghini or something, and things are fast. And you got the also the more affordable regular person version of that, but like only in rear wheel drive is the Nissan Z. That new Nissan Z, that thing is dope. I did a review of that thing too. That thing is nice. Rev it up, it sounds good and everything. I mean, I love those two vehicles. The way they're designed, I just wish they could put that same level of care and detail, attention to detail, into their other vehicles. You know, I shouldn't get in the other vehicles and feel like, dang, why couldn't they put that same designer or like one of his buddies on this car? You kind of take a short end of the stick with these other vehicles because if you're a Nissan fan, you know, unless you're just someone who just wants a vehicle for the price, you're one of those people that can overlook all that, like the quality type stuff, and you just care like, oh, it's got adaptive cruise control. It's got heated seats and stuff like that, but all the buttons are crickly cracked. The software and the hardware ain't too great. I mean, you get what you pay for. I mean, I ain't mad at the person for wanting to trade that vehicle in. I mean, I used to be a big Nissan fan, you know, mostly for the 350Z when that came out, as well as the GTR. You know, those are always been dope cars, you know, like the Skyline and stuff like that. The older Nissans, S13, S14, S15, those are dope cars, like no lie. But some of these other new cars, buttons be all crickly crackly. Like that's what I hate about it. It's just like, granted, they do give you quality parts, like the engine is quality, you know, everything metal. You ain't gonna get no plastic oil pan. Like all the parts that are necessary are gonna function the way they should, you know, like most Japanese cars are. But the thing is, like all the other stuff that surrounds it, you know, like the interior, it looks nice and everything, but when you start really touching it, moving things around, it's kind of foldy and bendy, and that's one thing I just really can't stand about Nissan. My personal opinion, my personal experience that I've had compared to a lot of other vehicles that are out there on the market today. So I guess I'm gonna start calling this Slay Edge rants or something. I know some people are not gonna be wanting to hear what I gotta say, but I'm just saying, like, from personal experience, with a lot of different brands, unless you're gonna be getting like a GTR or a Nissan, the Z, or some kind of one of the classic ones or something, or like you're not really gonna be getting too great of a Nissan. To each his own though, right?